Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd first like to thank you for putting the Music Modernization Act on the agenda today and for co-sponsoring the bill. I'm grateful for your support. I'd also like to thank Ranking Member Feinstein for her engagement on the bill and for working to improve it through the manager's amendment. She knows how critical this legislation is to her home state tech and entertainment industries. I also need to thank Senator Whitehouse, who has been with me on this journey from the beginning back when we first set out to ensure songwriters were paid a fair market rate. And I need to thank the other committee co-sponsors, Senators Coons, Kennedy, Harris, Durbin, Crapo, Leahy, Blumenthal, Tillis, Hirono, and Klobuchar. It's not often that you have 2/3 of the committee on a bill, and I think that's a sign of the breadth and depth of music stakeholder support for the bill. From songwriters to publishers to recording artists to digital music companies to broadcasters, our bill has virtually unheard of support across the music landscape. The NAACP supports the bill. The AFL-CIO supports it. Freedom Works supports it. Americans for Tax Reform supports it. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce supports it. How often do you have a major piece of legislation that virtually the entire industry supports and that has support from both sides of the political spectrum? Almost never. Small wonder the bill passed the House 415-0 earlier this year. Our music licensing laws are badly out of date. They unfairly disadvantage songwriters and other content creators and sow uncertainty for distributors. Everyone agrees the status quo is unworkable and unsustainable. Even those who nitpick pieces of the bill agree we need a solution. The Music Modernization Act provides a solution, and it does so in a way that brings together competing sides of the music industry and competing sides of the political spectrum. I'd like to take a minute to talk about the pay for. First, I would note that I disagree with the CBO score on the bill. The Mechanical Licensing Collective will be fully funded by digital music providers through the administrative assessment. There's no tax money involved. Nevertheless, CBO says the bill will lead to a reduction in income and payroll taxes from digital music providers. I fundamentally disagree. In fact, I think that's exactly backwards. The bill will save digital music providers significant litigation costs and will help grow the digital music marketplace by music providers legal certainty. That's the whole reason they support the bill, and it's why the correct view is that the bill will actually increase revenue. But because CBO did not take into account the benefits the bill provides, digital music companies scored it at $47 million. I think that's wrong, but that's the reason behind the so-called score. Now, the bill as introduced used this asset forfeiture fund as a pay-for, like the House-passed bill. The manager's amendment struck that from the bill, or struck that pay-for because of opposition from law enforcement. Yesterday, I circulated an alternative pay-for. The reaction I got from my colleagues on the committee was that the alternative pay-for was not workable at this time, and so I will not be offering my amendment today. But I will commit that if we pass the bill out of the committee, I will work with Chairman Grassley to find an agreeable pay-for before floor action. I hope my colleagues will accept that commitment as sufficient assurance at this stage of process to move the bill forward. This bill means a lot to me personally. I've been working on this issue for years, and I think everybody on the committee knows that. I know what they go through. I know they need our help. I hope we can give it to them, and I ask my colleagues to support this bill, both for me and for the tens of thousands of other songwriters who make music such a rich, vibrant, and essential part of the American culture.